welcome. Thanks for attending our session. It's good to be back at Cypher after 3 years. So we'll talk about AI in retail at Walmart scale. What does that mean? So at Walmart, our mission is to help people save money so that they can live better. So in this session, you will learn how AI is essentially helping in achieving that mission. So let's get started. Some numbers. 200 plus million customers, more than 10,000 stores, 20 plus countries, hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue. There is a reason why Walmart is Fortune 1 company for years after years. My colleague Nataraju and I, we are both part of Walmart Global Tech. At Global Tech, our core mission of helping people save money and live better is really at the center of everything. Before we get started, I want all of you to understand our flywheel business strategy. Through technology, we try to give a consistent experience across all of our customer touchpoints, whether that is in core retail or some of the new areas that we are getting into, let's say health and wellness, marketplace, or other new areas that are coming. That's really the essence. That's where the technology engine is really powering the business, and AI is fueling that technology. So in today's talk, we'll divide it into two parts: how we are applying AI in day-to-day retail, and then Nataraju will talk about the emerging areas, how we are applying some of these things. So that includes e-commerce, stores, Walmart, Sam's, International, and the whole gamut that we have there. All right? So let's get started with e-commerce. So again, in Walmart, we call something as perfect order. What is a perfect order? So perfect order is an order where we try to give the customer the right item in right quantity and on right time. Now that experience is broken every time you have an out of stock event. Whether it is COVID, whether it's war, or some other supply chain shock, out of stock is a reality that we need to live with. So here is an example. Let's say you want to bake cakes. I hope you like cakes for birthdays. And for that, you placed orders for eggs, normal white eggs. So you place an order, get an email confirmation, and then our store associate goes to the store, goes to the shelf. Ouch, eggs are not there. Rare sight, but it does happen. What do? So we try to substitute the egg that you ordered with something else that you can essentially accept. Now that could be brown eggs, that could be egg liquids, white eggs, white liquid eggs, and whatnot, right? This became a very common phenomena throughout the pandemic or even beyond. How do we actually solve for this? Because if you don't do this right, then you are causing more money to the business. So that decision-making process itself is complex for our associates. It takes time to make the right choice. And then even if you think that it's the right choice, the customers may not like it and may reject it. That's where AI-powered smart substitution comes into picture. And we leverage deep personalized signals, business constraints as optimization layers, and then finally try to provide the right customer experience so that they can eventually stay happy with the substitute that we had. Yes, it's not perfect, but it does the job. So that's one example on the e-commerce side. Here is an example on the store side. How do we detect the quality of fresh produces that come to our grocery distribution centers, GDCs? So how does this work? So typically you have truckload of fresh produces that come to the GDCs, and then the associates will pick up some samples. They will try to determine whether these samples are good or bad, whether you can accept or reject, and then log that, right? Why is this complex? So here is an example. I don't know if you can see the screen clearly. So this is an example of cucumber, right? There are different kinds of defects that can happen for such cucumbers, and there are USDA guidelines that one need to follow to detect such defects, understand their severity, and then make a decision, right? So as you can see, there's a lot of human subjectivity comes in, depending on the skills of the associate, depending on the time that you have in hand, you try to make the best judgment call here, right? So here, what we have developed is not just a model, an end-to-end AI system that has built-in cameras, and you can put these fresh produces inside so that it can take images and then subsequently analyze the quality of the defects and help the associates in terms of making better decisions, right? So that's another example on the store side. Moving on, we talked about e-commerce, we talked about stores. This is one of my favorite examples, Walmart catalog. So catalog is really the source of truth for all items that we sell. We have hundreds of millions of items that are there. So one challenge that we run into, whenever an item is onboarded in Walmart catalog, how do we understand that item? How do we extract the attributes of that particular product and make sure that information discovery, search, all those things get seamlessly powered through that information extraction, right? So as you can see here, this is an example of a bed sheet or bed cover. It has some images, text, certain layouts that are there. So I've built an attribute extraction pipeline that runs at scale with high precision, 90 plus, and does the job, right? So we leverage hundreds of models along with the features that these models carry and build some of these large scale, catalog scale models within our internal infrastructure. So we talked about Walmart e-commerce stores. Sam's Club is another entity that we have. One of the innovations that Sam's Club has is robotic scrubbers. So what do these scrubbers do? So these scrubbers move across Sam's Club floors, and then they get connected behind the scene through cloud, and they take photos of shelves and the products to make sure that we have right price, we have right stock, and we know where the item is actually is located, right? So it helps again freeing up associates' time. Customers are also delighted because you get to pick your item very quickly because the scrubber sort of sends some of this information and so on. So again, behind the scene, a lot of deep learning models that get trained, get deployed in such Sam's Club stores and so on. Walmart International, as I said, we operate across multiple markets, including UK, Mexico, Canada, Chile, Argentina, and so on. So one of the problems that we solve in such international markets, how do we create a unified view of the items that are getting onboarded in these markets? And then we leverage that data, that insights to make better decisions. So how does this actually work? So we take US items as a base, and on that base we learn certain features and then train multiple international models on top of that that can help make those decisions. Finally, this actually helps the business in multiple different ways, right? For example, if we are buying in one particular market, we actually decide whether this buying opportunity can help in other market as well. So joint buying decisions can be taken through such analysis. Sourcing gets greatly benefited. That's one. The second is also identifying the right seller across these markets who can offer the items at the right cost. This is again at the heart of our philosophy of EDLP, everyday low price. This is one way how we can make sure that our business runs through an EDLC model, everyday low cost, so that we can provide it for our customers, at an EDLP. And the time that we are all going through, this is probably the best time when you can provide EDLP for all of our customers, right? So this kind of gives you a view across stores, e-commerce, SAMs, and international, how we are leveraging data science and AI. So with that, I'll now do a handover with my colleague Nataraju, who will talk about some of the emerging areas.
First up, I think you would have realized that these are really, really impactful solutions, right, Rahul? And I think full credit goes to the team of data scientists and engineers at Walmart who are really making this happen. So on top of whatever Rahul explained, I'm going to talk a little bit about what Walmart has been doing to expand the ecosystem of offerings what we have for most of our customers. So what we do is I'll give you some examples of where AI is powering some of these ecosystem enablement via platform. So conversational AI is a topic which is kind of getting more matured. It's influencing everywhere. It's becoming more pervasive. I think there is a reason for it, right? Because it really helps we all of us to converse with the machines and the backend systems to answer a lot of our nuanced problems. And what we are doing is we kind of built a homegrown platform, with the kind of strength we have with our data scientists and engineers. We call that platform Converse. No prizes for guessing, conversational AI and Converse. And what we do is we embed this Converse platform in many of digital assistants across Walmart ecosystem of apps. Needless to say, there is a lot of deep learning, especially in the NLP space, which is embedded into these solutions. But the cool part is what we do is we also take a lot of historic transactions, historic data to also provide a very, very personalized conversational experience. So we combine the power of deep learning and NLP, but we also use a lot of recommendation and personalization services to power some of these solutions. We do that by closely integrating with some of providers like Google Assistant and Siri. So our focus has been on three areas for Converse. One area is shopping. So as customers, you and me, all we have to do is open a phone, open the Walmart app, and then we can place an order. A simple instruction, it could be either via Google Assistant or Siri, is hey, please order for paper towels. So what we do is we don't not even understand the intent that somebody is trying to make an order and they want to get paper towels. What we also do is we look at all the historic transactions that the customer has done, and we understand exactly what type of paper towels have they asked in the past and they purchased in the past, and we surface those recommendations on the top. Isn't that cool? It really makes our life easier, right? So that also goes with our mission where we say, save money, save time, increase convenience, which can make our lives better. The second area where Converse powers is care automation. When we say care, it could be customer care, it could be seller care, it could also be associate care. And Converse actually, provides an interface to all the three users, and we answer very nuanced questions. Once somebody either writes on a text or via speech, we kind of understand the intent behind that question, and then we answer. So for example, simple things like you and me place an order, and we just ask a question, where is my order? Even if you just type that, we try to look at all the historic events and then answer that question in a very nuanced way. The third is when we build the Converse platform, which is again powered by, like I said, deep learning and NLP and everything. We built it not just for customers. We also have our store associates. You can imagine Walmart and our ecosystem of other brands like Sam's and International. There are many associates who are accessing and providing many things that the customers want. So we also provide a hands-free experience via Converse. So when a associate is either in the store, walking in the aisles, or whether an associate is driving the car to make a particular delivery, and they have a question, simple things like, hey, which is my next delivery I need to do? Or which are the other items I need to pick for a customer? All of this is done in a very hands-free way using the Converse platform. Moving on, like Rahul said, I'm responsible for the global marketplace data science team. And this is one of the very fast growing areas in the Walmart ecosystem. And one of the challenge which comes with growth is we want to know when a particular order will be delivered to a customer by a particular seller, right? So it's not Walmart fulfilled sometimes, but we need to know because in the end we want to provide a seamless experience to our end customer, right? So in order to make it happen, we have a solution called Smart Tags. What do we do here? We look at all the historic transactions, millions of orders, what particular sellers have fulfilled to different customers in different geographic locations. And then on top of it, we build some AI-based models. In this case, we've used a light GPA model, and we also use a cat boost model. And then we have a few other models which does node reclassification and seller selection. And we have a Bayesian approach to combine all these models to finally make a prediction a priori when a particular order will be delivered to a customer for a particular geographic location. Once we know this information, we surface it on the website. So for example, here you can see a typical listing, and then we put that this particular order will be delivered within 2 days' time. Sometimes our sellers might put it at a later date, but we know the historic behavior, and we know that this order can be delivered in this time. Again, the cool part is we are doing this for millions of orders at Walmart scale, but then we haven't compromised one bit on the on-time delivery metrics. So we're able to do this at scale because we're using really advanced AI-based models on top of historic data we collected. Again, a great idea to enhance customer experience. Moving on, another very important pillar of our ecosystem is our advertisement business, what we call as Walmart Connect. This is also again very fast growing business, and it also really helps to really connect our sellers, suppliers, and our catalog to our end customers who really want to buy these solutions, right? So this is win-win for everybody. So one of the challenges what we have there is we want to forecast the ad inventory for a particular type of demand. Sounds like a simple problem, right? Time series, everybody does this. 20 years back, we've been doing this. What's the big deal about this? There comes Walmart scale. So when we look at a demand requirement, there are multiple dimensions. I want to forecast demand for a particular time range on a particular date. Now I want to do it for a particular type of customers. I want to do it for a particular type of customers who are living in a particular geographic locations. Now when you combine this becomes like a billions of combinations, right? So it's just not tenable to do all these permutations and combinations. Again, AI comes to rescue there. So we use a combination of standard statistical models like your ARIMA and all those things. But then we also use a lot of new age deep learning based models, and we ensemble them, and we do like a short-term forecast and a long-term forecast, And whenever our advertisers ask for a particular demand, then we exactly know what is the actual inventory for a particular type of ads. So this solution again is powering lots of decisions for our Walmart Connect team. I've talked about different platforms. Now let me talk a little bit about the processes. So one of the areas where again we are powering different users within Walmart. In this case, these are legal counsels. So some of the problems they have is they have to deal with many depositions, and to deal with these depositions and to give like a clear decision, they need to go through like hundreds of pages. So we developed a document intelligence engine. What it does, again, it summarizes content from these hundreds of pages, and it brings it to an abstract within a few paragraphs. Makes it easy for the end users to really go through it, and it saves time for them, makes their pre-work a lot more easier, and then they can take their actions a lot more easier. And the solution has a lot of cool stuff. We do the topic extraction, we identify the important entities, and all of this we surface it in a very cool UI so that the users can benefit from this. So all of this looks like a lot of work, right? It's not easy, and I've only given like a probably within Rahul and me given like a very small window of all the cool things our data scientists and engineers do at Walmart. But the cool part is again all of this is done on top of some of the homegrown platforms. We have a ML platform, what we called as Element, and this really takes a lot of burden out of data scientists. I'm sure there are many in the room who have a lot of problems with, hey, can I push this model into the cloud? What type of a cloud compute do I need? All of that is done with the Element platform in a very seamless way. So I've listed down some of the key elements there. I talked about the on-demand infrastructure. The other cool part is, I think the speaker before talked about it. Hey, some of the team developed a solution and they had some data. So within the Element, we also have a possibility to reuse these models. Again, it's not perfect yet, but this platform is powering the reuse within the data science community. The third part is the responsible AI. Again, there are a lot of off-the-shelf solutions here, which kind of really makes the life of data scientists a lot more easier. So, hope you got a glimpse of the different things that we do at Walmart, and we thought we'll summarize it with the lessons learned and some of our success recipe or success mantra, right? So the first one is you need to have a very deep business understanding to really formulate the AI problems well. So it's not enough if you just are deep learning experts. Please make sure that you also understand the business well. The second one is, be courageous to, perform rapid experiments. At the same time, be also comfortable with, fail fast approach, because not all your experiments will work, right? So be courageous to do rapid experimentation as well as be open to fail fast approach. The third, I'm sure Rahul will also agree with me on this, is be absolutely transparent with the AI capabilities with all your stakeholders. It could be your end customers, it could be your product partners, it could be your business partners. It just helps in building the trust, because there are many outside who believe AI is magic, and there are also other part of audience who think AI can't do anything. So if you're upfront about the capabilities of AI, chances are that you'll build a very long-term relationship with your different stakeholders. That really helped us within Walmart. The last part I would leave this room with is, the story doesn't end when you deploy the model or when you develop the first cut model. There is a lot of ML ops, call it model monitoring, call it model maintenance. which really helps in sustaining the impact what you've created to start with. So make sure that you also focus on the model ops part. With that, I think I'm right on time, so we can take a few questions. We're also there at the end of the aisle, so if you can't answer your questions, we can also take them. But I want to leave the audience again with a round of applause for all the data scientists and the engineers who made these cool solutions possible.